Good morning to all handball fans watching us live. Welcome to Vienna. Welcome to the EHF office, which is just about to host the Women's EHF Cup Group Phase draw. Also special welcome to representatives of all 16 participants who come here and gathered not only to witness the draw, but some of them even to contribute to the drawing of the lots. Before we move to the draw itself, let us have a closer look at the competition. The Women's EHF Cup was reformed before the previous season after the old EHF Cup was merged together with the Cup Winners' Cup. For the first time, the group phase was introduced, which was followed by quarterfinals, semifinals and the final, all played over 2 legs. The same playing system is valid also for this season. There were already 84 games played in the 3 qualification rounds and 4,475 goals scored on the way to the group phase. 12 teams came from the 3rd qualification round and another 4 joined from the Women's EHF Champions League. Today's draw will divide them into 4 groups of 4 teams each, and after 6 rounds only the top 2 sides in each group will reach the quarterfinals. Unlike in the Men's EHF Cup, where the last 4 teams play in the final tournament, in the women's version the semifinals and final will be played in a home and away format. The EHF Cup throne is vacant, as Rostov Don are playing in the EHF Champions League main round. And we will learn the name of the new champions by Sunday, 13th of May 2018. In order to whet our appetite for the season to come, we have prepared a short clip summarizing some exciting moments from the previous season. Please enjoy. We are convinced that we are going to see at least as many brilliant actions as last season already in this group phase. And not only because we have 5 clubs returning back to the group phase after 1 year. We also have 5 national champions on the starting grid, and all 16 teams combine for no fewer than 18 European Cup titles. We are starting the draw with the 4 teams in pot 1. And these are all teams who finished on the 4th position in the EHF Champions League group matches and thus were eliminated. However, their European campaign will continue now in the EHF Cup, where they should stand for some of the hottest favorites. They will all try to follow the suit of Rostov, who dominated in the competition last season after being knocked out from the Champions League already in the group matches. Again, we are getting a quality pedigree from the European top flight. French runners-up and last season quarter-finalist Brest-Bretagne Handball might have lost all 6 games in the Champions League, but they are expecting their star playmaker Alison Pinot back in the team after a surgery. Larvik are not only the reigning champions of Norway, but also former winners of the Champions League and 2 Cup Winners' Cups. One of their fiercest rivals, not only in the domestic league, but also in this competition, will most likely be Vipers Kristiansand. Last but not least, we have the current Polish champions, Wisła Gdynia. After a short presentation of pot 1 teams, I would also like to present the person who will orchestrate today's draw together with the club representatives. I would like to invite to the podium Markus Glaser, the EHF Chief Sports Officer. For the first 2 pots, he will get some welcome help from 2 charming ladies, Florence Dasse from ISI Paris On, and Andrea Raduj, the player of SCM Craiova. So we know the teams and we know the people who will be drawing, which means we can start with the first ball. And the very first team for today
Larvik from Norway. They will go to top of Group D. Wisla Gdynia from Poland. They will go to Group C. Brest-Bretagne Handball from France. They are top of Group A. Group A. And Vipers Kristiansand from Norway, the last team of pot 1. They will go to Group B.
Okay, this was easy and simple. We can proceed to the second pot, where we have one of the most decorated teams in the European club handball history. Viborg not only won the most coveted Champions League trophy 3 times, but also added 1 title in the Cup Winners' Cup and no fewer than 3 EHF Cups in the old format, including the very first edition in 1994. They will be in the same pot together with well-known opponents from the Danish league, Randers HK, who won the old EHF Cup back in 2010. Also, the 2 remaining teams in the pot can boast European silverware in their cabinets, as Lada won twice the EHF Cup and once the Cup Winners' Cup, and the reigning Swedish champions Hearst triumphed in the Challenge Cup in 2014. Now let's see where these 4 teams go.
The first team in pot 2 is Viborg from Denmark. They go to position 2 in Group C. Handball Club Lada from Tolyatti in Russia. They will join Group B. Randers HK from Denmark. will go to Group A, position number 2 in Group A. And the last team in row 2 is hers from Sweden. They will go to the last open position, which is Group D.
We are halfway through, and now it is time to say thank you to both ladies. You can return to your seats and follow how your teams are drawn from a safe distance. For the next 2 pots, I would like to invite 2 Scandinavian participants, Henrik Dahl-Nielsen from Viborg and Espen Nyhus from Larvik, to join Markus at the podium. In pot 3, we have only one team who has a European trophy under its belt, the Romanian club Zalău, and we need to trace their Challenge Cup triumph back almost over 20 years to 1996. Both Biosen and EC Paris reached a European Cup final in the past, while the second team from Romania's Craiova are enjoying themselves only in their second European season. It is also interesting to point out that EC made it to the group phase despite losing the first leg at Earth by 10 goals. Now the draw gets a bit more complicated. A country protection rule applies in this draw, which means that the 2 teams from the same country cannot face each other in the same group. As we have another Norwegian and another French team now in pot 3, we have to eliminate this danger first. Therefore, we start with drawing a group for Biosen, who can neither go to the group with Larvik nor join Vipers.
So, easy task. So, consequently, the first team is Biosen, Handball from Norway. And we have the 2 possible positions here in the pot. And Biosen goes to Group C.
Now the same procedure follows for EC Paris, who must avoid Brest. There are 2 groups still available for EC. These are groups B and group D. And now we draw one of them. Just quickly prepare those groups for the draw.
Yes, yes. EC Paris from France. And once again, they only have 2 positions available. And EC goes to Group B.
So this way we avoided the intra-state matches within the groups, and now we complete the 3rd pot drawing with the groups we determine for the 2 Romanian teams, Zalău and Craiova. They have still 2 available groups. One is in Group A together with Brest and Runners, and the other one, Group D, together with Larvik and Hers.
Yes, now you have to choose.
Now a more difficult task for you, Henrik.
Craiova from Romania. They go to Group A. And then Handball Club Zalău from Romania. They will complete Group D in row 3.
Fine. We can tick off another pot and we are ready for the last one. First, who the 4 teams in pot 4 are. The predecessors of the third Danish team, Copenhagen Handball, won the Cup Winners' Cup back in 2009. The second Russian team, Kuban, are coming back to the group phase after reaching the quarterfinals last season. And then we have 2 new countries represented in the group phase thanks to their national champions. Baník Most from the Czech Republic, who raised the Challenge Cup in 2013, and Kastamonu from Turkey. We have to make sure that neither Copenhagen nor Kuban land in the groups with the teams from Denmark and Russia respectively. Therefore, you can see one pot with a blue ball on the podium, where we placed Copenhagen, and the other pot with 2 white balls with available groups for this Danish team. Let's determine which one it will be.
Copenhagen Handball from Denmark. They will go to Group B on position 4, Group B.
Okay, thanks to this lucky coincidence, Copenhagen have completed the group with Lada, which eliminates Kuban's threat of meeting the domestic rivals, and we can finish the draw in a simple way with no more restrictions. We just prepare the balls for the remaining 3 teams, and then we are ready to determine the opponents and the remaining 3 teams. So everything is nicely prepared and we can complete the draw.
Baník Most from the Czech Republic. They go position number 4 in Group D. Kastamonu Belediyesi from Turkey. they join Group C. And last but not least, Kuban from Krasnodar in Russia. Kuban goes to the very last open position, which is in row 4 of Group A.
Great. So that was the last ball of today's draw. Many thanks for your hard work, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Everything has been now decided, and let us have a look at the 4 groups together. In Group A, we have Brest-Bretagne Handball, Runners HK, SCM Craiova, and Kuban. In Group B, Vipers Kristiansand, Handball Club Lada, EC Paris Ond, Köbenhavn Handball. In Group C, Vistal Gdynia, Viborg HK, Bjosen Handball Elite, and Kastamonu Beledieši. In Group D, Larvik, Hers, Zalau, and Baník Most. So we now know all the groups, and now it is time to find out the reactions of the teams and the people who are here with us. As the first person I would like to interview is Henrik Dahl Nielsen from Viborg HK, as one of the most decorated teams in the competitions. So Henrik, what is your first reaction to the 3 teams you can see in your group?
I think it's good teams, and I think we are very satisfied with the draw.
Who do you think will be the toughest one in that group?
Maybe the Polish team Gdynia, because they have played in the Champions League, so I think that will be the toughest competitor.
When you have a look on the overall picture of all 16 teams, who do you see as the biggest favorites to replace Rostov-Don on the throne in the Women's EHF Cup?
I don't know. I think Lada always have a very strong team, so I think that will be the toughest team to reach the top.
We don't have too much time to prepare. In just 6 weeks, the first matches will start in the first round, and there will be World Championship in between. Are you preparing anything for the next part of the season in Viborg when it comes to players?
Yes, right now we are starting to look for the team for the next year. And it's as it had to be for this season. So we are very satisfied with the team we have now. So I think we will just start in after New Year's and give it all what we can, so we can try to play some good handball.
Many thanks, Henrik, and good luck. The next person to interview is Nicolas Rouet from Brest-Bretagne. Brest came back to the group phase after last year from the Champions League. So your presence in the Champions League was a brief one, 6 games lost. But as I told, Alison Pinot should come back. Is that true? Is she already fit?
Yes, she will be with us in January, and maybe in the championship, the World Championship with the France.
Okay, now your reaction to the group.
We know Cuban because we faced Cuban last year in the group phase. So it's a good team, very difficult to beat them in Russia. And then Ronders, it's Danish handball, also always difficult. We know it. Craiova, we don't know much about this team, so we'll see.
With Alison and other players fit, given that they are all fit, how far you think Brest could come this season in this competition?
We hope to do as well as last year, quarter-final, but maybe if we can, I think semi-final or final would be very good for us. But it's very tough calendar with the French Championship, which is very difficult. So we'll see if we don't have a lot of injured players. I think we can do our best in this competition.
Good luck in that. Many thanks, Nicola. Now it's time to have some words together with a newcomer of the competition, Baník Most, and I would like to ask Petr David to come and join me here during the interviews. Baník, they won the Challenge Cup back in 2013, and the Czech team has never played in the Women's EHF Cup Group Phase. Please join me here, Peter. I will conduct the interview in Slovakian and quickly translate. Takže aká je prvá reakcia na tento žreb? Sú to týmy, ktoré ste si želali, alebo naopak chceli ste sa vyhnúť?
No, my sme vedeli, že to bude veľmi ťažké a tam je ťažko si vybrať, ale dva týmy nám vlastne z troch vyšli, takže veľká spokojnosť so švédským Hers a s rumunským Zalau.
So the head coach is saying that 2 out of 3 teams they really wanted, so there is a big satisfaction having Hers and Zalau in the group. Most in English means like to achieve something really good. Most znamená po anglicky čo najviac. Čo najviac môže Most dosiahnuť v tejto sezóne. So what will be the most for your club to achieve this season?
Tak my sme už veľký vrchol vlastne dosiahli tým, že sme sa kvalifikovali medzi túto elitu číslo 2 po Champions League v Európe a samozrejme každý zápas je pre nás dôležitý a chceme samozrejme naďalej prekvapovať.
I remember from, sorry for the translation first, they already achieved a lot this season and it's a big honor for them to play in the group phase. Anyway, they are trying to improve in every single game and they will try to surprise in the next matches. I remember from your coaching career with the Slovak national team that you were not a very big fan of playing against the teams in green jerseys. Is that still right? And now you are satisfied that it looks like you are avoiding them? Pamätám si z vašich čias pri reprezentácii, že ste nechceli hrať s týmami v zelených dresoch, takže po tejto stránke spokojnosť.
Tak už som si medzi tým zvykol, tak farba dresu není dôležitá ani rozhodujúca. Dôležité je, aby sme boli v podstate dobre pripravení na toho súpera, všetci zdraví a aby nám tí zápasy vyšli.
So the color of the shirt is definitely not the one which is decides. The most important is that we have all the players ready and fit, and so the games will go the way we want. Thank you very much, Peter, for the interview. Good luck. Ďakujem veľmi pekne. Všetko dobré.
Thank you.
So this concludes our interviews parts. That was the last interview. The countdown for the Women's EHF Cup Group Phase is already running, and we can look forward to the games already in 6 weeks. The first round is scheduled for the first weekend in the new year. But before we say goodbye, we would like to invite you to 2 draw events we are holding next week. Make sure you catch us live next Tuesday for the Men's Challenge Cup draw last 16 and next Thursday for the Men's EHF Cup Group Phase draw. That's it from us today. Many thanks for being with us. Have a nice day and goodbye.